Tomorrow morning, you might wake up and feel like a completely different person. Not just tired, not just a little off, something deeper shifts. A low hum under everything. Like filter has been pulled over the world, and nobody warned you it was coming. You might snap at someone you love. You might feel invisible. You might cry at something small and have no idea why. And then, a few days later, it just lifts. You have probably been told this is hormones. You have probably been told your body is being dramatic. The real answer is far stranger and far more ancient than anyone ever bothered to explain to you. What you feel before your period is not a malfunction. It is a survival system, one that was built over hundreds of thousands of years. One your ancestors depended on to stay alive. Your cycle has 4 phases. Most people only know about 2. But the phase that changes everything, your mood, your focus, your tolerance, your emotions, is called the luteal phase. It starts after ovulation and runs for about 2 weeks before your period begins. And inside those 2 weeks, your brain is running a completely different program than it was the week before. Here is what is actually happening inside your body. When you ovulate, estrogen surges. And estrogen is not just a feel-good hormone, it is a social amplifier. It makes you more talkative, more open, more tuned in to the people around you. You read faces faster. You pick up on tone more easily. You feel drawn toward connection. Your brain during ovulation is designed to bond. Then ovulation ends. Estrogen drops, progesterone rises, and everything shifts. Progesterone pulls you inward. It narrows your focus. It makes you quieter, more cautious, more aware of what is not right. Your brain stops scanning for connection and starts scanning for threat. It starts evaluating, assessing, looking for what might go wrong. This is not your body failing you. This is programming, ancient, precise programming. Think about your ancestors 70,000 years ago living in small tribal communities. After ovulation, if pregnancy had not happened, the body needed to reset. It needed to pull energy away from socializing and redirect it toward protection and preparation. Because bleeding made you visible, vulnerable, and your body knew that. So it turned your threat detection system all the way up. That system your ancestors relied on to survive. That is the same system firing inside you every single month before your period. The shift makes you more sensitive to danger. More aware of tension in relationships, more reactive to things that feel off or unfair. Faces that felt neutral a week ago now feel slightly hostile. Conversations that felt easy now feel loaded. Your brain is not catastrophizing. It is doing exactly what it was built to do. It is scanning. And here is the part nobody tells you. That sensitivity is actually a form of precision. Research consistently shows that women in the premenstrual phase are faster at detecting fear, spotting subtle emotional shifts in others, and identifying patterns that something is wrong. Your premenstrual brain is not broken. It is sharper than it was last week. It is just sharp in a direction your modern life was never built to handle. Because that ancient threat detection system was designed for a world with campfires and quiet evenings and small, tight communities. Not for emails and meetings and endless social noise. Your amygdala is scanning for danger, and it is finding it everywhere. In your inbox, in a tone of voice, in the list of everything you have not done yet. This is your ancient brain doing its job. In the wrong century, and it goes even deeper than this. Some researchers believe that the irritability and withdrawal women feel before their periods may have once served a very specific purpose in tribal communities. The premenstrual phase may have been the window when women were most likely to pull away from relationships that were narking, demand better treatment, or step people who were draining them. The anger before your period may not be irrational. It may be honest signal your body sends all month. The tears that come from nowhere, the fury at something small, the need to be completely alone. These are not symptoms of something broken. They are your nervous system stripping away the social performance, lowering your tolerance for what is not serving you, bringing you face to face with what you actually need. The problem was never your premenstrual brain. The problem is that nobody ever told you what it was for. There is an idea in evolutionary biology that many of our biological responses were shaped for an environment we no longer live in. Our ancient wiring is running inside a radically modern world. And the friction between those two things gets felt as symptoms, as disorders, as wrong with us. But you are not wrong. Your body is ancient. Your world is new. And the distance between those two things is where so much unnecessary suffering quietly lives. When you understand what is actually happening during your luteal phase, something changes. Not the hormones, those follow their own timeline no matter what. But your relationship to what you are feeling starts to shift. The irritability becomes information. The withdrawal becomes a signal worth listening to. The heightened sensitivity becomes, if you let it, a kind of rare clarity. Women who track their cycles often report that their most honest creative ideas, their clearest thinking about relationships, and their most decisive moments of self-awareness happen in the days just before their period. Not in spite of the mood shift. Because it. Your ancestors did not have words for this. But they lived inside it. The tribe understood when a woman needed space. The community made room for the withdrawal. It was seen as part of the rhythm, not a disruption of it. You live in a world that rarely makes that room. A world that expects you to perform the same way on every single day of every single month. Same output. Same energy. Same face. Regardless of what is happening inside you. And so when the shift comes, it feels like failure. Like weakness, like something you should be able to push through or fix. But it is not failure. It is your biology speaking the oldest language it knows. It is telling you to slow down, look closer, feel what is real, and let go of what is not. Tomorrow morning, when the filter drops over the world, everything feels heavier than it did last week. You are not falling apart. You are stepping into the most honest room in your body. You always have been. You just never knew who built it, or why.